We're back with another One Piece TCG Locals update. This time we were using green purple Doflamingo. This is the first time I really took it to a locals. I played one game on the sim with it, and then just this local, and we ended up winning the locals, bro. 4 games total with the deck, and we ended up taking the dub skis, bro. I basically yoinked this deck from someone. I think it won like at a Italy store championship recently or whatever. So make sure you search out that video if you want their thoughts and processes of each card. But let's just open up the winner pack real quick. Like I pulled a Zoro before and a Sengoku. Let's see what this one is. This one, another Zoro. Okay, we got 2 Zoros. But yeah, let's talk about the matchups. Now we got to the first game. I was scared about each matchup I had. I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna lose. I had nothing. I don't know what to expect from my deck, so I just assume I'm gonna lose some of these matchups. First game was against Yamato. I was like, oh, it's so doomed, bro. But luckily, I ended up pulling it through. They didn't have too crazy triggers. They searched up Ashura Doji earlier game, so I had to play around it. So I took my time before playing the 5-cost Rosinante, which kind of what the whole deck revolves around. I had to take the life early. I had the counter to defend Yamato like turn after turn if I needed to, but I had to take the two life early game just so I didn't my freaking Rosinante didn't get popped by the Ashura Doji. And then luckily I think that might have been the right decision because like I said, I ended up pulling out the game. It was a tough one, dude. I thought that was like for sure gonna die to that one, but luckily we pulled it through. Second game was against blue yellow ace, bro. That was the first time I've ever faced that deck. I've seen some things from like the VV theory on YouTube. I've seen them play the deck a lot. I was actually very I wasn't like necessarily scared. I was like, but they had like so much healing that I just thought I wasn't going to be able to break through. But luckily, the 10-cost Dofi, I kept chaining them together so they couldn't move for a good portion of the game. And their triggers were kind of scary. I thought they made a misplay by not going for game because they had the opportunity to, but they played Viola earlier in the game. They saw my life, and based off of that, they knew that they couldn't go for game because one of my lives was DMG, so that was a 3K counter, and another one was Off White, which is a 4K counter, and searching for something that could potentially find me more counters. So they knew the information. I was just like, oh, maybe they made a little misplay. I was like, dang, I should have thought about that. The fact that they didn't swing for game, because I should have recognized that they're a good enough player to do so. And then the very last game was against Zoro. I thought it was doomed. This is the first time I've ever faced Zoro in person. They summoned the 9-cost Zoro. It was almost so doomed, but I got I think it was a Punk Gibson trigger, which arrested the Zoro because I already chained CC'd from the 10-cost Doflamingo, but then it got arrested in this last opportunity, and it was able to close out the game because it couldn't swing one more time. Holy. But I think even they swung, I still have one more life. I wasn't going to die because the Zoro was still frozen. But yeah, that is the update for today. And yeah.